whale face? It sleeps, but what did we learn yesterday about what the whale, how long the whale can hold its breath for, and how far it can go down? Is the boy in the water with the whale? The boy's not in the water with the whale. Where do you think the whale is? Why do you think it might take so much time? Where do you think the whale is? Do you think the whale's right? Do you think that's the whale? Where do you think the whale is? Where in the water, though? Yeah. Come back. Alright, Devon, why do you think we might need a lot of time for... Did anyone else come to that conclusion that the whale is deep, deep down in the water? Remember, if we want to see a whale, we need a lot of time because he's way down. Imagine, do you think it just takes a second to get from Walgreens to here? No. It takes a little bit of time. Okay, let's keep going. All right, and time for realizing, oh no, it's just a bird. If you want to see a whale, you will need a not so comfy chair and a not too cozy blanket, because sleeping eyes can't watch for whales, and whales won't wait for watching. If you want to see a whale, you'll just have to ignore the roses and all their pink and all their sweets and all their wild and their waving, because roses don't want you watching whales or waiting for or wondering about things that are not pink and things that are not sweet and things that are not roses. If you want to see a whale, don't look way out. Don't share the necklaces. If you want to see a whale, don't look way out and over there to the ship that is sailing with the flag that is flapping. So the author has told us we cannot be in a comfortable chair. Don't be in a too comfortable chair. He said, don't have a blanket with you, and don't stop and watch the roses. Why do you think he's telling us to do that? We want to see this whale. What's going to happen if we're in a comfy chair and we have a blanket and we're daydreaming at the roses? What's going to happen? Stop and think, stop and think. Stop and think. Rochelle's thinking. Caitlin's thinking. Arlene thought. Me too. We need a lot of patience, but you think, what would happen to you if you had a comfortable chair, you had a blanket, and you were just watching these beautiful roses go by? What might happen to you? Talk to your neighbor about what might happen to you.
You might go to the well and go to sleep.
Okay, come back. Do you know what's going on?
I know.
Why did you want to share your part? I heard a lot of... What might happen? Why is he telling us that we should not have a comfortable chair and a blanket and watching roses?
Because you might miss the whale and fall asleep.
You might miss the whale and fall asleep, because if you're too comfortable, you're going to go to bed, right? That's why we don't have beds in school. Okay. The necklaces stay on you. You sit flat on your bottom.
Do not sit.
Because possible pirates won't help at all when you're waiting for a whale. If you want to see a whale, there's no time to watch the pelican, who may or may not be smiling while sitting, staring, looking out, because pelicans who sit and stare can never be a whale. If you want to see a whale, be careful not to notice something inching, smiling, and green across the leash. Just nibble, scoop. Because things that are smaller than most small things cannot be as giant as a whale.
Because they bite you. Oh my God. Bugs don't bite you. Spiders.
Stop. You want to stop and think. It's not about biting. If we want to see a whale, well, what did we learn about a whale? Is the whale the smallest animal in the world or the biggest animal?
The biggest.
It's the biggest. So if we see a little tiny bug, can that possibly be a whale? No, because we've already learned they're the biggest animals in the world. So your eyes are up here. If you want to see a whale, you shouldn't watch the clouds. You shouldn't. If you want to see a whale, you shouldn't watch the clouds. Some floating by, some hanging down, in the sky that's spread out, side to side, or the certain sun that's shining. Because if you start to look straight up, you might just miss a whale. If you want to see a whale, keep both eyes on the sea. And wait, and wait, and wait.
And where's the whale?
The end.
Yay, that's
Alright.
so long.
Let's look at this. Let's look at this and think. So why do you think it takes so long to find a whale? Let's look at this picture. What do we see in this picture?
The whale in the boat.
What do we see?
Because he's deep.
Caitlin, what do you see?
Because he's deep down in the water.
Well, he's not deep down. He's in the water. Do you see him in the water? Not that far up. But what's important about him? Chriselle, what do you see?
Because they're under the boat and he's coming up and they might see him somewhere.
They're under the boat. Who's under the boat?
The whale.
The whale is under the boat. And then let's look at this picture. Can you see the whale? Kind of. Can you see the whole whale?
No.
No, it's big, right?
This one is bigger.
The whale is so giant that you can never see the whole whale. Even if you go whale watching, you will not see the whole big blue whale.
He's scared.
Not that does he look scared?
He's happy.
All we need to think of is that, is it physically possible? Alright. How can we do this? Alright, imagine. Charles, stand up. We have to think of, if something is big, you might not be able to see the whole thing, especially when it's very close to you. So Dulce, are you okay with this? I'm going to have Charles get real close to you. Is that okay? Okay. Charles, get real close to Jose. Charles, get real close to Dulce. Get really close. Dulce, can you see all of Charles right now? You cannot see all of him because he's so big. He's right in your face, okay? This whale is big. So you have to imagine that Dulce is this and Charles is that big whale. You cannot see the whole thing when they're so big. So, look up here. I have Caitlin's eyes. I have Diego's eyes. I have Leslie's eyes. I have Owen's eyes. So why do you think I told you these words? They weren't in the book. What does patience have to do with this book? Think about it. What does patience have to do with this book? Talk with your neighbor about it real quick. What does patience have to do with this book? What do you think patience has to do? Talk about that a little bit more. You're right about waiting. One. Okay, come back. Come back. Raise your hand. Why do you need patience for a whale? Why did I give you this word patience? Want to do it? You had it. I'm going to come back to you. Caitlin, why do you need patience to see a whale? Charles, sit. You need to do what?
You need to wait until the whale comes.
You need to wait for a lot of time, so if you start pushing, are you going to feel very good?
No.
So, Juan, why did I give you the word patience?
Or if you have to wait patiently.
You have to wait patiently to see the word. And why did I give you the word daydream? Why did I give you the word daydream? Why do you think that daydream might have been in? Think back about everything that we read in the story. Daydream. Did the boy ever daydream? No. What would happen?
Just the whale.
Hold on, hands up. All right, everybody, back on track. Sitting down, hands in your lap, eyes on the speaker. Start thinking. Why did I give you the word daydream to think about this story? Daydream. So, we've got to think. If you need to wait patiently, if you need to see a whale, what's happening if you're daydreaming? Where's your eyes? Where's your brain? If you're daydreaming.
Up in the sky.
Let's stop and think. I saw Nayeli thinking about it. Why do you think you can you daydream or can you not daydream when you're watching a whale? Nayeli. Huh? You can daydream? You cannot daydream when you're trying to see a whale. If you daydream, what might happen? Raise your hand. What might happen if you start daydreaming? Alana.
You might miss the whale.
You might miss the whale as you're thinking about all kinds of things. You'll miss the whale. So those are just, she gave us little details to understand that. So, quiet. Okay.
He rode his dog. Dogs like whales.
Sure. Stand up.